Yeah, I didn't wear the overalls. They weren't clean. Hey, there's girls here and everything. That's all right. Everybody getting a little drunk? I'm a hell of a lot funnier if you're drunk. So if you want to go to the bar real quick, go for that. So you might be wondering, is this erudite son of a bitch who's refined and cultured? He must have matriculated from some sort of ivy-colored palace of knowledge and wisdom. Well, I did go to college, but it was more of a, I made a 17 on the ACT, here's your fucking football helmet, and go for it. Now, the thing about the college I went to, it has a little history, and I hope y'all are history fans here. So I won't tell you the name of the college, but I am going to tell you they're the Blue Raiders. Now, the mascot was a little Civil War guy that was in a blue shade, but it was blue-gray. It was definitely a Confederate. More specifically, it was a guy named Nathaniel Bedford Forrest. That was the representative. Now, if you're not a history buff, he was a general. He was a general, cavalry soldier. More importantly, he founded the KKK. So the college I went to, their mascot was the first Grand Wizard of the KKK. Now, the thing about that is, when I was there, early 90s, 17,000 people enrolled. We had 17% African American. That meant that at one time in the 90s, there were about 3,000 black people walking around with the Grand Wizard of the KKK on their collegiate apparel. Now, I didn't learn a lot in college, but I'm pretty sure that's irony. Now, I didn't learn a lot in college because I have my degree, it's in television. That's what it says on the paperwork, television. Now, if you're wondering how you get a degree in television, what you do, you take out the top amount of money you can get in student loans every semester. And then you go to the store and you buy a bathrobe, some new flip-flops. You get maybe $300 in blueberry, frankenberry, Pop-Tarts, that sort of shit. Then you go get a pound, no less than a pound, of Smoky Mountain Sinsemilla. Now, I know you people are weed people in this state, but Tennessee's got some pretty good weed, and what they grow is they plant it under the TVA power lines. They let it grow for a year, and then when the cops come out and spray it to kill it, you go out the next night and you pull it up then, and you take it home and smoke it. It will fuck you up. And 5 years later, you'll have a degree in television. So the thing about having a degree in television, you get sort of wound up. When I go to work and ask my co-workers, I say, hey, did you see that episode of Mama's Family last night where Bubba robbed Mama's knitting money? And they say to me, oh, we don't have a television. Who the fuck in this day and age, it's 21st century, doesn't have a goddamn television? And they say it in that real snide way, like, we don't shit on the floor, we don't have bags of semen under our couch, and we don't have a television. And what I say to these people, they're fucking selfish. Selfish fucking people. Because I was at Walmart the other day, and there is at least 100 televisions in there for under $100, 30 inches flat screen. Go there and fucking buy a television. Because you know when you say, I don't have a television, basically what you're saying is, I hate 8-year-old Chinese kids, and I hope they all starve to death. Because that's who builds those motherfuckers. So, buy your television. Now, the other thing about having a degree in television, job-wise, you become a teacher, basically. There's plenty of people out in Hollywood working in television, but most people that come from Tennessee that got that degree, you just become a teacher. I teach English and history. The thing about teaching English and history, I had to quit drinking and doing drugs because of it. I also coach wrestling, no more drinking. So what happens is you all have your movie day at school when you're kids. Do you ever have that teacher? It's like history class, like you're watching Savannah Smiles or The Best of the Smurfs. That motherfucker was drunk. They were too drunk for TV. I mean, they didn't stand there and tell you about the Civil War then. They're drunk. Now the other thing, so I'm a wrestling coach, and I was like, I was still popping Vicodin a little bit and drinking a little tequila on the side because wrestling's pretty boring if you spend a lot of time at it. And what happens is you're starting to sit around watching a bunch of young boys in Lycra rub up on each other, and you start feeling like Caligula a little bit. And you say shit like, ooh, dance my pretties, dance. The next thing you know, you start greasing up your fist a little bit. So you gotta quit drinking. All right, that's my time, thank you.